One of Redmi's latest Indian launches is what we're going to be taking a look at today. This is the Redmi Note 11S, currently priced at 16,500 rupees with a 1,000 rupee instant discount for the moment at least. Sets it an effective price tag of 15,500. And for this price, what is it that Redmi is offering? Let's get the unboxing done and take a close look. My name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech, and if you do end up liking what you see here, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that bell icon if you haven't yet. Let's get started. This is the Note 11S's box. Cutting through the seals and opening it up, we are greeted by a cardboard insert. This one contains a SIM ejector tool, regular literature, and a soft case. Next up, we have the Redmi Note 11S itself. Now, Redmi does offer three different color variants. What you're seeing here is the space black, and you also get polar white and horizon blue. Generally, I like blue, but I feel in recent times, Xiaomi's kind of gone overboard with the blue launches. So I kind of like my stealthy matte black finish here. It looks pretty understated, it's not too in your face. Which of these three do you like more? Leave a comment down below. No matter which color you choose, the materials are the same. It's plastic all around, to the back, to the sides. But the fact that it isn't glossy means this phone does not pick up quite as many fingerprints as some of the competition does. And also the fact that they've used plastic means they've managed to include a 5000 mAh battery despite keeping the weight under 180 grams. The Redmi Note 11S, it feels sleek and easy to wield. Now with placements, we have the power and volume keys to the right. The power key does pull double duty as a fingerprint scanner. It's pretty snappy. Face unlock's also present in accounted for. Up top, we find the secondary noise cancelling microphone, an IR blaster, a secondary speaker, and the headphone jack. To the left, there's the SIM tray. This one can take two SIMs plus micro SD, so thank you Redmi for that. Also notice the rubber grommet. Redmi's got IP53 certification for the Note 11S, so you should be safe from a few minor splashes. Finally, down below, there's the primary microphone, speaker, and a USB Type-C port. Talking about which, the last couple of things in the box, it's a USB Type-C cable and this 33-watt charger that they're calling a Pro charger. That's because Redmi claims they're doing things a little differently with charging, and the 5000 mAh battery on this phone, it can go from 0 to 100 in under an hour. Now, I also love what Redmi's done with this display. This is a 6.43-inch AMOLED panel. It's got the typical punchy AMOLED colors, excellent viewing angles, and it's pretty bright. Redmi claims up to 1000 nits of brightness. So basically, it's easy to see under direct sunlight when you're using the phone outdoors. Add to it the 90Hz refresh alongside the 180Hz touch sampling. This is a pretty good panel. It's smooth, it's responsive, and to have a smooth user experience, it's not just the refresh rate that matters. The internals inside also do. Over here, we have MediaTek's Helio G86 running the show. It's paired with 6 or 8 gigs of LPDDR4X RAM and 64 or 128 gigs of UFS 2.2 storage. Now, to answer the eternal question of where does this slot in, here's a comparison of Antutu scores with some of the other popular phones in this segment, give or take a few thousand. Now, based on these numbers, the performance isn't really best in class, which is kind of what we expect of Redmi Notes. In fact, here it seems to be a little below average, which most definitely is a bummer. Well, the numbers might not be too high. This phone is supposed to be able to sustain performance a lot longer than the competition. That's because in a very rare occurrence, this one at this price point does have liquid cooling. Redmi seems to have paid a lot of attention to managing thermals on this phone. So how well does it hold up? How is it actually going to be? We're gonna have to wait for the full review for that. But for now, in the time I spent with this phone, the games I ran, it managed to run them without getting hot. This is medium graphics with medium frame rate. Ran fine for the most part. Very occasionally, it had a couple of drop frames. Now with actual use, the 11S continued to run fine. This is MIUI 13 built on top of Android 11. The phone felt responsive. I did notice the occasional stutter here and there, but it didn't really take away from the experience. From a features perspective, it's pretty much what we've seen so many times in the past. You get a widget pane to the left, you can add a couple of gigs of that UFS 2.2 storage, you can get it to function as RAM. You can have apps set up on the sidebar to be able to switch between them without having to leave the screen you're on. And all this testing was quite uneventful, which is something good when it comes to testing a phone. With cameras, there are 4 to the back. The primary is a 108 megapixel Samsung HM2 sensor. It's paired with the f1.9 lens and it produces detailed images. The quality is good. The images do tend to appear a little cooler with regards to color temperature. This is especially noticeable when you compare them side by side with the 8 megapixel ultra-wide shots. The colors on the ultra-wide, they're true to life, pretty much what I was seeing. And this is something I'm hoping Redmi can address in an update. Now, video was a whole different story. This one was frankly disappointing. Guys, can you believe it's 2022? And on a phone priced above 15,000 rupees, video caps out at 1080p 30. Now to give you some perspective, the Redmi Note 7 could do 4K 30. And even the 1080p footage, as you can see, it's nothing to write home about. It's a little soft, lacking on detail. For selfies, we have a 16 megapixel shooter in this punch-hole up top, and that one does perform reasonably well. There are two other sensors, but they are 2 megapixel sensors for depth and macro, just there to make up numbers, so let's not really talk about it. With all that said and done, it's time for us to talk pricing, and as I said already, this one is priced at 16,500. There is an instant discount of $1,000 right now, but we don't know for how long that's gonna run. But as of now, effectively 15,500. So is it worth that asking price? Well, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time before I can talk about it, but right now, initial impressions, the SoC inside does feel underwhelming. The cameras, they have potential, but Redmi needs to put in some work to fix those color temperature issues. The video limitation, which is probably SoC related, that is really annoying. But then, there are a lot of things they've done well as well, because this display, for example, it's easily best in class. It's an amazing panel. The build, the ergonomics, that's also very good. And there's a 5000 milliamp hour battery, despite the phone being a little compact and lightweight. And that one can also charge really quick with an included charger. There's stereo speakers, there's a headphone jack support. So there are things Redmi's done well. But hey, if you want me to review this, let me know in the comments and I'll have more to say on if this is actually worth the price or not in the full review. Initially, it seems to be a mixed bag. So what do you think? Do you think this phone is worth the asking price? Do you think Redmi could have done something different? As always, let me know via the comments below. And with that, we get to the end of this quick little unboxing and hands-on. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about it. Subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4eTech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.